Magic, the theme park planning and holiday blog with your hosts,
Sam,
and Sharon. And we're based in the UK.
we are, and we've managed to get together again.
Yeah.
So you have
Having a bit of a habit.
It is, yeah.
And
Yeah.
bad things happen.
And this is being recorded in March of 2023. And we managed to defeat a train strike, which we're going to kibosh the plans for this one. So this is episode 3, where we're going to be talking about character meals, character dining, and also how to meet characters in the parks as well.
Yeah.
So
before we start,
yes,
we need to give a shout out to Epic Phil.
We do. Epic Phil. Thank you very much. Cheers, mate.
Yeah. So Epic Phil, bless his little cotton buds, is ploughing through all of our things. If you don't know who Epic Phil is, he's a guru when it comes to anything universal planning and holidays and anything to do with hotels. He's got amazing walkthroughs of all the hotels, how to get to different parts of Orlando while you're there. So go check his videos out.
It was down to Phil that made us decide on Endless Summer Surfside for our trip in February.
Yeah.
And he also done a fantastic walk down International Drive where he visited all of the
every bloody shop,
souvenir shops, otherwise known as the Orlando tat shops. And we love a tat shop. So thanks, Phil, that we have a shopping list now.
We've already spent all of our money.
Yeah, of gifts that we want to bring back for our other halves. So, yeah.
We also have another confession to make before we start.
We do. Yeah.
Go on then.
You may have seen our We Love Disneyland Paris blog, where we said we weren't going back to Disneyland Paris for a few years. We wanted things to get sorted out. We wanted everything to be normal before we went back.
Wouldn't be buying annual passes.
And that, we wouldn't be buying this. I found out I'm going to be getting a little bit of money. And the first thing I said I'm going to buy is a Disneyland annual pass. And we have a Disneyland holiday booked for September this year. In my defence, I'm defending myself on this. I didn't want to miss the 30th, and that finishes the end of September.
Yeah.
I'd been out for the 15th. I'd been out for the 20th. I was actually there on the day of the 25th, and I was severely having regrets about missing the 30th, especially after missing Walt Disney World's 50th.
Yeah. Which is what our Orlando trip is kind of replacing, because that was supposed to be our
February.
In February, because that was supposed to be our 50th birthday trip, because we were 50 the same year that Disney World was.
So in September, we're going out at the end of September. We'll be there for the last week of the 30th celebrations. So there will be a trip vlogs earlier than we expected, and there'll be experiences of being an annual pass holder again. So,
and I wasn't going to buy an annual pass, and she's just talked me into buying an annual pass.
She can't be left out.
No. It'd be rude to be left out.
Yeah. So confessions. We are going back to Disneyland Paris a lot quicker than expected.
Yeah.
We are becoming annual pass holders again a lot quicker than expected. Just because I don't want to miss the 30th.
And we really, really miss it. All the talk about how much we've missed it and all the videos that we've been putting together and looking at all the photos, we've realised just how much we actually really miss it. Disneyland Paris.
So, we're going back out to Disneyland Paris in September. So that'll be, there'll be blog reports on that.
Many videos.
So that's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
And it's a lot sooner than February for Walt Disney World. Yeah. So it was too long to wait. I couldn't wait that long. I'm impatient. I'm a brat.
So since the beginning of the year, we've booked a Disney World holiday.
Well, Christmas Day we had nothing booked, and we weren't looking to go to either Florida or Paris anytime soon. Or Hollywood. Yeah. So Christmas Day there was nothing booked, no talk of it, no nothing. I think it was Boxing Day. I actually found I was doing the scrolling through, checking prices, because
you can,
as you know, if you're a Disney person, you will look at prices even if you have no intention of going back. And I found a very good deal for Endless Summer Surfside.
And to be fair, we've both done a little bit of Universal, but we've not really experienced it in full.
I haven't
flow.
been to Universal in hang on. James is 18. About 12 years.
And I've only ever been as part of a night at a conference. I've not even ever done a full Universal park. We've only ever done bits, like we've had Harry Potter bit, or we've had half of another land. So
yeah, I mean, I obviously Harry Potter Hogsmeade was open. Hagrid's wasn't. It was still Dueling Dragons. The Harry Potter Diagon Alley side wasn't done at all.
No, that was that. They shut Jaws.
Jaws closed down the week before I got out there.
Yeah, we missed Jaws.
We missed Jaws.
Makes me very cross.
But missing Jaws leads on to the third trip we have planned,
which is our train across that part of America trip.
Yes. So this one's only in planning at the moment. This one hasn't been booked. We've planned it, looking for about 2026-ish, depending. And that will be the West Coast, which will be San Diego, Anaheim, and Hollywood, because we want to do SeaWorld
and San
Diego Zoo. Then we want to go to Anaheim, obviously, to do Disneyland California. And then we want to go to Universal Hollywood.
Because I need to ride the Jaws ride.
Need to do Jaws. Plus Super Nintendo World.
Oh, Super Nintendo.
Warner Brothers tour, which yesterday I saw the Mammoth Club blog, Molly's blog on the Warner Brothers tour, and it looks amazing. So you've got all the Batman outfits and vehicles, and that looks really good. And she did the walk of the Hollywood stars.
I was just going to say the walk of shame.
The walk of shame. Molly, that was her. She said that. Wasn't me. Molly, she said that. The walk of shame.
Sorry.
So yes, so that is going to be the plan.
Yeah.
For
It depends whether we feel the pull of Epic Universe before we feel the pull of Hollywood, but we will do Hollywood.
We will do California at some stage.
Yeah,
because we have 6 castles to visit. We've only done 2.
Yeah, and I need to go and see Bruce.
And she needs to see Bruce,
which is the shark from Jaws, for you people that have no idea what I'm talking about. So anyway,
there is one more confession.
What?
Right, Nate, Paige and Mr. Morrow, this is your fault. Okay. If you'd have seen one of our earlier blogs, I said that nothing would ever get me back in Chef Mickey.
Oh, so you did.
That it was one and done for me.
I'd never been, and it was a school canteen, and she talked me out of ever even attempting.
Right. Last week I saw Nate's review,
and I had to watch it directly afterwards because she made me.
And the food for the dinner service looks really good. It looks so much improved. And where he went on a weekday at 5 p.m. when it first opened, it was very quiet. It wasn't like a school canteen. So I said that could get me back into it.
And it's on the potential dining list.
And it's now on the potential list,
which is quite long.
Yeah, because we've said we do want to do at least one character meal.
No. We said we were going to do only one character meal. We were going to do
one character meal.
Disney character meal and the Marvel Superheroes Island.
We did, yeah. Yeah, we did.
Now our character meal list is getting longer and longer and longer. So we might have...
This happens every single time. This happens. Same as if they bring back 1900 Park Fair.
Oh, we'll definitely be doing that because I've never done it and it's one of your favourites.
It is my favourite, yes. So,
anyway, confessions over?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Sure?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so moving on then.
Yeah. I think that's everything I'm confessing to this time anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to move on to character dining.
We are.
And because the Disney stuff is so big, we're going to start with Universal.
Universal has one.
One character dining location.
which is Cafe 4 in Islands of Adventure.
In Superhero Island.
And it is their Marvel superhero dining.
Well done.
Yes.
Sam likes to call this old Marvel dining, where she actually means it's comic Marvel dining.
Yeah.
Yes.
My geek badge has been thrown out the window.
She
It's
does
okay.
not belong to a geek badge anymore. So the superhero dining at Universal is based on the Marvel comics. So you get the old style Wolverine. He's not Wolf Jackman. He's not Hugh Jackman Wolverine. He's not proper. That sounds wrong. See, he's yellow suited.
My argument is
he's yellow suited comic Wolverine, which we had met before, and you squeezed his bottom, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I had a beer by that stage.
Your dad had a beer.
It was free beer.
Yes,
So that's couple.
But yeah, so basically the superhero dining at Universal has Spider-Man, comic Captain America. So he's got the little wings on his helmet, it's not even helmet, is it? It's his little mask. Cap on his mask, on his cap, on his Captain America cap. Yeah. And it's got 4 of the X-Men. The aforementioned Wolverine, not Hugh Wolf Jackman Wolverine. So we have Wolverine, Storm, Cyclops.
Yeah, not Cyborg as I called him earlier.
Totally different franchise. And Rogue. Yeah, it's a superhero. Just a geek badge. Just hand the geek badge. You nearly made me swear then.
I did.
Hand the geek badge over.
It's $50 per person. It is an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Food does look really, really good.
Food looks really good. And we watched Super Enthused. Thank you. Blog.
He's back in love.
She covered it the first week it opened, and it looked really good. Character interaction looked amazing.
Really cool.
So it's $50 per adult plus tax, and included in that, you also get a digital photograph included within that price with the characters. So yeah, it looks really good. Yeah, it's different. You know, I think it's the first time Universal have actually offered character dining out of the holiday season.
Yeah.
Because I know they did one during the holiday season many years ago. So yeah, that's exciting. Excited about that one.
Yeah, we're definitely doing that one, aren't we?
Yes, yeah, that one we're definitely
doing. A superhero. I do love me a superhero.
Yes, we're definitely doing
Captain
that one.
America is my favourite.
Again, it's on selected days. I think it's only on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think, and it's on selected days. It's not every night. So that one you'd have to check when you and obviously reservations have to be made for that as well. It's not, you can't just turn up.
No, it's not just a tip off and scoff.
No. So that one, that's on the definite list for February.
Until you change your mind.
Again.
Well, I'm going to put my foot down. We're going.
Okay, that's good.
Right.
Sorry.
Right. It's done. So as far as other characters go in Universal, to say it's more random than Disney's probably.
Yeah, you've got 1 or 2 organised like character meets. I know Shrek has his own little spot in the Universal Park, and the Madagascar characters have their own little spot.
Oh, well done. What's the hippo called?
Gloria.
Well done.
It's only because she told me about 5 minutes ago, and it's not the hippo.
Yeah, don't say that hippo from Madagascar.
She is a hippo.
She is a hippo. The penguins come out. Kung Fu Panda characters are out. Sort of. At the moment, there's been lots of report about them milling around the
Yeah, they're in the old
kids zone where
area.
It's all being refurbed.
Yeah, all around there at the moment. Obviously, because it's Mardi Gras at the moment as well, the character situation might change once Mardi Gras is finished, and they have more room because at the moment they've got a lot of food booths out with Mardi Gras. So come May time, you may find more characters out because there'll be more room because the food booths.
Yeah. Also, you get random Simpsons characters. Simpsons characters.
We haven't had a drink. We don't drink. This is just us.
I'm on the coffee.
I'm on the lil. So, you know,
It's fake lilt.
Fake lilt.
Yeah. Minions are out as
Caribbean carbonated drink.
Yes.
So yeah, this is just us.
So the Minions usually meet on what will be Illumination Avenue, and I'm not sure if they've been out because of obviously all the stuff that's been going on there at the moment. But the Minions and Gru usually potter around there. But I'd imagine once everything's open, Illumination Avenue wise, that's going to be spilling with characters from Illumination films.
I know Betty Boo sometimes meets outside of one of the shops on Illumination as well. The first one as you go in, there's normally sometimes Betty Boo meets out there.
And the superheroes, obviously the X-Men often mill about in Superhero Island. They just like pop up.
Yes, they used to do their coming on their quad bikes, wasn't it?
She's gesticulating for people
that are
watching us. Yeah.
So yeah, they used to do like a parade. Well, they used to pull up on their quad bikes, get off, mill around for photos, and then jump back on and drive off again.
What else have we got characters? Harry Potter characters.
Harry Potter characters. Then they're not the main characters. You get the Frog Choir come out and perform. The Beauxbaton girls come out and do a dance, and there's also in Diagon Alley side there is a show. Sorry, it's like a singer that comes out and does songs with a backing group. But there's no you can't meet Harry Potter or Hermione or anything like that. So yeah, they're just like random students.
Excuse me, I'm just retrieving podcast dog to stop her from shouting.
She's getting jealous. Podcast dog has to come up.
Oh my god. Grunting like a pig. Right.
So yeah, Harry Potter wise, it's just random students or just random students that appear.
People wearing
the robes.
The robes for whichever house. You might see them wandering around, or they might just be people dressed up like Harry Potter because they love it.
Yes. There is an official meet and greet for Spider-Man, and that's as you come out of the ride. There's an area for you to meet Spider-Man in there. So Spider-Man's a must. He's by the ride.
You're not going to touch his bottom as well, are you?
No, because I don't drink anymore, so I'm not that brave anymore. I was a lot younger as well.
There is that.
Yeah. Like Granny attacking Spider-Man. Oh dear. So that's really
get us thrown out of Universal when we go.
I try not to. So that's basically Universal characters
in a nutshell.
In a nutshell, Now moving on to Disney. So if we start with the Disney character dining, because that's the main ones. Within the parks, if we go park by park, because it makes it easier. At the Magic Kingdom, you have the Crystal Palace, which is character dining all day. And that is based on 100 Acre Woods. So it is Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Piglet, and Eeyore. And it's great if you want an early breakfast to get into a jump start on Magic Kingdom.
You can have ice cream for breakfast in the Crystal Palace, should you so desire.
You can.
I have had a donut or breakfast in there before, which is a bit naughty, but
yes,
when in the States.
I had a very nice big jug of coffee brought to my table in there one night. And you can sit and eat breakfast with an uninterrupted view of the castle, which is it's an amazing sight. That's really recommend that if you want an early start in the park, or if you want to be able to eat in the park without leaving, and want to do a character meal.
It's good at lunchtime if you're tired and you want a bit of a rest for a couple of hours.
Yeah, air conditioning.
Yeah,
sit down, look at the castle, people watch. It's brilliant. And the other character dining in the Magic Kingdom is Cinderella's Royal Table. That is the restaurant that's inside the castle. It's up above like the archways. It's just I've just had all the princesses.
Put your teeth in.
Got the horse's teeth in today. They've just brought all the princesses back into Cinderella's Royal Table. after it reopened after the pandemic, you only had Cinderella come in and walk around. Now all the princesses have come back in, and they will do autographs and that at the tables. So it's now back.
How many do you get normally? You always get Cinderella.
Oh, you always get
3 or 4 of
Cinderella.
the others, don't
Yeah, it does vary depending on what ones are available. So, but I know we've had Cinderella, Ariel, Jasmine, Sleeping Beauty. I think it's 4 or 5 you get. So if you've got little girls, it's an amazing way for them to meet a lot of princesses in one go. So really recommend that one.
What's the food like?
Cinderella Royal Table is the most expensive character meal. I think it's just gone up to about $90 per person.
It used to be 2 dining credits when the dining thing
Yeah.
was in.
Yeah, and unlike most meals, you have to pay in advance. So when you book it, you pay for your meal. For me personally, it was a one and done, and I mean that one. That's not a change one. I don't think any change in food would actually make me spend $90 on a meal in Magic Kingdom again. It was great if you can time it right. If you're there for the evening and you can time it. I mean, we were lucky we managed to do it. You're inside the castle while the fireworks are going off around the castle, and we had a window seat so we could watch fireworks from the castle. If you've got little girls that love princesses and want to see all of them, then yes, I'd say it's worth it. Food isn't amazing. It's nice. It's not. It's nice food. It's not what I'd consider amazing food.
Is it to your table food or is it buffet food?
No, it's table service. You pick off a menu.
Right.
I prefer breakfast over the lunch and dinner menus. I found there was a lot more choice that children would eat rather than going and paying out a lot of money for chicken nuggets and chips, basically. So yeah, I preferred breakfast in there. Again, it's one you can get an early reservation for. So yeah, if again you want an early start into the parks, and if you want to take your photos on an empty main street and an empty castle, it's great. So it is a wonderful experience to be able to sit and eat in the castle, and it's the only park you can do that. So yeah, it's great for an experience. Don't expect outstanding food. It's nice food.
It's not Michelin star chef food.
But it's not Michelin star chef food, no. I said, and now the princesses are back, then I think it makes it better value than it has been in the last year or two.
I've not eaten in there before. Would you say it is better or worse than eating at Aka's house in Epcot?
When I last ate in Aka House, it was a buffet. So I've always preferred buffets because then I can pick what I want. And if I want to eat 3 plates of mashed potato, then I can. Disney mashed potato, if you know, you know. But I said I just preferred the breakfast menu. The breakfast menu was a lot better for me personally than the dinner menu. I mean, when we went out, when we all went out with Luke when he was 19, we ate in there, and there was 6 of us then, and it's a 3-course meal, so you get your starter, main, and dessert. And we all did find something we wanted to eat, but it was like most food, like most restaurants in Disney World, it can be touch and go on quality from one day to the next. It's just, and apart from buffets seem to be quite consistent.
I don't think we've ever eaten at a bad buffet, because there's always something that you'll like at a buffet.
Yeah.
And they seem to be the best value for money.
Yeah, buffets always seem to be quite consistent. Restaurants, if they get a new chef in, it can change the menu drastically. So I said, if it's something, I love the experience of it. I love the fact of we got to watch the fireworks from inside the castle. That was an amazing experience. Swift has gone and got a toy.
The big dog has gone and got a squeaky toy. So sorry about that squeaky noise. Carry on.
I said, from my personal view, I preferred breakfast. Just food wise, I preferred breakfast in there. So
I'm too tight to pay for it.
It is a lot of money.
Yeah.
When it was on the dining plan,
yeah,
it wasn't too bad because it was just 2 dining credits, and I know there's 2 dining credits, but it was 2 dining credits. But yes, so most people would have done 2 dining credits rather than forking out like almost $200 for 2 people. So
that's a lot of food we could buy.
That's a lot. That's a lot of snacks. A lot of cake. A lot of cake.
You and your bloody cake.
I like cake. The final place in Magic Kingdom is Be Our Guest restaurant. Now, this again is another one that has changed since the pandemic, since reopening. Whereas before it was only at dinner that you met the Beast in the library after your meal.
Yeah. So it's not a character meal per se, but it's a meal that you can meet a character at.
Yeah, and you know the Beast is a rare character. You never see him in the parks. So.
And it's really, 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 really good food. I love. What? Not anymore?
No.
But I've only been for dinner there.
Right.
Okay,
Here we go
again. To be really, really, really good food.
Used to be. If you watch Disney Food Blog and All Ears on YouTube, you have seen they've covered Be Our Guest since it reopened. It doesn't do breakfast anymore.
Really?
Yes.
Sorry. Excuse me while I get excited or non-excited about this.
Yeah, it's not open for breakfast anymore. And
really good breakfast.
It was an amazing breakfast. The breakfast was stunning in there. And it was really, really good value. So it doesn't do breakfast, only open for lunch and dinner. And from all reports, the menu has been reduced. I think it's now a fixed price menu as well.
It used to be a la carte.
Yeah, it's now fixed price. And by all reports, the food quality has gone down, which is a shame because it used to be a really nice. They used to have a breakfast menu, a lunch menu, and a dinner menu.
Yeah, dinner and breakfast wasn't the breakfast and lunch like a quick service, and the dinner was table service.
Yeah. So you'd have like your breakfast and then quick service lunch and then sit down dinner. And at dinner, after you'd finished your meal, you used to go out into the library to meet the Beast, and you'd have your photo taken by a photopass photographer.
That's what it was like.
That's what it was like before. Yeah. Since it's reopened, it's now not open for breakfast. Lunch and dinner are fixed price menus. And the Beast just walks around the rooms. You don't actually get to have your photo taken with the Beast with a photopass photographer. He's only recently started stopping at tables. Up until a couple of weeks ago, he just used to walk around like the middle of the room. So, but things are starting to change. I don't know whether it'll go back to the personal meets in the library. The Be Our Guest restaurant is fantastic. The inside of it, the theming is amazing. You have 3 rooms that they seat you in. You have the grand ballroom, which has the windows at the end, and it's snowing outside the windows, and it's stunning. You then have the gallery room, which has all different artwork from scenes from the film, and it has a giant music box in the centre that is of Belle and the Beast from the ballroom scene. And the story is that someone gave that to them as a wedding present. So that's why it's in the art room. And then you have the West Wing.
It's my favourite one to sit in.
Yeah, the West Wing is themed amazingly. Only thing I would say is it's very dark.
Yeah.
So if you don't like eating in the dark, just...
It's not dark, but it's not
very well lit.
No, not... That sounds better. It's not very well lit. Not you're eating in the dark. It's not like, they've switched all the lights off to save the electricity.
It feels like that sometimes. But the West Wing is where you have the Rose under the dome, and the petals do fall off the rose. And you also have Beast's portraits that's been torn and ripped, and
occasionally there's a bit of lightning.
Occasionally there's a bit of lightning,
which gives you a bit of extra light to eat dinner with, doesn't it, Sam?
Yeah, it's always better. It doesn't matter where you're seated. After you've had your meal, they do tell you can walk around and see the other rooms.
Yeah.
So, but if you have someone who has sensory issues, the West Wing may not be the best room for them.
Visually impaired, can't see a lot of that light and dark. Don't be put in the West Wing. The ballroom is the best place because it's the best lit.
So I've eaten in all three rooms. So
I've done I haven't eaten in the one with the music box in the middle.
Yeah, I had breakfast in there. Of course you did. Yeah. It's like, because it was really weird because I'd done dinner in the ballroom, we had lunch in the West Wing, and I did breakfast in the art gallery. So I have eaten on all three. So it's an amazing restaurant. I don't like the fact they brought in this fixed price menu, which Disney seems to have done for a lot of restaurants now. I do prefer ordering a la carte, but that's just me. I suppose with a fixed price, at least you know what you're paying, so you can budget easier because you know what it'll be.
It's probably because there seems to be a lack of dining plan at the moment. It makes it easier for people to budget.
Yeah. So who knows if they bring back the dining plan, they may go back to the a la carte as well. I don't know. But yeah, so that's Magic Kingdom. That's the three in Magic Kingdom, which is Crystal Palace, Be Our Guest, sort of, and
Cinderella's Royal
Table. Thank you. Right, so going on to where should we go next? Let's go to Disney Hollywood Studios. There is only actually one place in Disney Hollywood Studios you can do character dining, and that is
not in Melrose Place.
Melrose Place. No,
I don't know where that came from into my head when we were discussing it earlier.
Yeah, Melrose Place. And that's Hollywood and Vine. Hollywood and Vine is next to 50's Primetime Diner, so they're sort of next door to each other.
It's near the lakey bit.
It is near that. It is by Gertie. Yes. Yes. So just in front of Gertie, you've got 50's Primetime Diner, and then next door to that is Hollywood and Vine.
Yeah.
And that has Minnie's seasonal dining, so it changes. The theme of their costumes change. So for Oscar season, you have silver screen, you have Easter dining. She does obviously Halloween dining and Christmas dining or holiday dining.
Currently, it's springtime dining.
Yes,
it's around a springtime picnic, isn't it?
Something like that. Yeah. So it changes obviously seasonally, and it means their outfits change. But you'll get to meet Minnie, Daisy, Donald, Mickey, and I want to say Pluto. Might be Goofy, but
they're both dogs.
Yeah. But yeah, so they come around to tables, do autographs and photos. But that is it in Disney Hollywood Studios. I do feel that Disney Hollywood Studios is still
a Star Wars dining. Just saying.
Yeah, we want Star Wars character dining.
Yeah. At one point, the Hollywood and Vine did have, when the season of the Force, the Star Wars weekends were on. It did used to be a Star Wars dining.
Yeah.
Didn't it? And you used to get.
I don't get them no more.
You used to get Goofy and Darth Vader outfit.
You did, which was good. And Daisy used to be Princess Leia. With the buns.
Yeah, so can we have some Disney dining, please?
Please, just
Disney character
dining. A little bit. We don't want much. Right, going over to Animal Kingdom, you have Tusker House, which again is a buffet.
It's a good buffet.
It's
Please
a very
tell me
good
that
buffet.
hasn't changed.
No, yay! Yeah, Tusker House is a buffet, but it does have some African themed food on it,
which is nice. You can have some. Was it Madagascan stew we had for breakfast one morning?
Yes, yeah, it was something weird, South African stew or something like that. It was really, really nice.
And you can have potato tots for breakfast, which pleases you greatly.
I have potato tots or potato barrels. But they at one stage they also had Krispy Kreme donuts.
Yeah, there was donuts for breakfast.
There was Krispy Kreme donuts on there, which my son found and ate 6 of them for breakfast, and then sugar rushed his way round Animal Kingdom and crashed at about 4 o'clock in
I'm
the
so
afternoon.
glad that I wasn't with you that day.
So yeah, that was my son's experience at Tusker House one morning.
You do get an amazing drink in Tusker House known as jungle juice.
Yes, jungle juice, which if anyone knows about Ohana's pog juice, it is the same.
This is like a passion fruit,
orange and guava,
yeah,
which is how it gets pog juice. So yeah.
And Asda do something that's fairly similar because Emily buys it and always refers to it as jungle juice.
So there. But in Animal Kingdom, that is your only character dining.
And it's only breakfast now?
No,
or they changed it.
They've changed it.
Used to be only breakfast.
Used to be
Excuse me for
breakfast.
being a noob and not understanding the
But
dining.
no, I think now carries on through lunch. So I think it closes about 3 o'clock.
Okay.
And you get to meet the characters in their safari outfits. And that is Minnie, Mickey, Daisy, and Donald
Yep.
in their safari outfits, which are really cute. They are.
Donald used to be the main character and you had your photopath photo with him outside, but I'm sure that's all changed too.
Don't think they've brought them back yet.
Right.
I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that one. I'm not sure whether they've brought that back.
But I think Tusker House is probably one of our favourites, particularly mine and Emily's favourite. Whenever we were going to Animal Kingdom, first day we were at Animal Kingdom, always had breakfast
Always
there.
had to be Tusker House.
Always had to have breakfast there.
Because it is the only character dining in Animal Kingdom, it is obviously one of the hard to get reservations. So just if you want Tusker House, just be prepared.
And it is a good buffet and you really can have a bit of everything.
Yeah. Plus again, it means you can get early entry into Animal Kingdom and be there ready to run into Pandora.
Yeah.
So
after eating breakfast, you're joking. Waddle at speed, maybe. Shuffle.
Very quick shuffle. So going over now to Epcot, they have 2 character dining places and they're both very different, which is really nice.
Really different.
Really different. In World Showcase in the Norway Pavilion, you have Akershus.
What did I say earlier? I didn't say Norway, did I? Where did I say? I meant Norway, but I picked some random Scandinavian country.
Was just she moved it. And Akershus is princess dining, and it costs less to do the princess dining in the Norway Pavilion than it does at Cinderella's Royal Table.
Yeah.
Akershus is, instead of being hosted by Cinderella, it is hosted by Belle. So you have Belle, and you still get to meet Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty, and I think we had Ariel when we did it last.
Oh, I've had Rapunzel in there before.
Yes. Well. So again, you know the princesses do change.
They're interchangeable princesses, but you get at least 4 of them, don't you?
Yes,
Normally?
at least normally about 4. I think I've had Snow White in there as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Jasmine's been in there when we've been in there before now as well.
Yeah. So you know the princesses do change, but you will meet
a few.
You're guaranteed to meet Belle because Belle hosts.
She's at
the dining.
This has probably changed as well, but she used to greet you on your entrance, and you had your photograph
she
taken
did.
with her.
Yeah. I don't know whether that's been brought back.
Okay.
I know Cinderella has a Cinderella's Royal Table, so I would assume.
It's a good buffet though.
It's a very good buffet. Very, very good buffet. I don't know. Now, obviously, this is going back pre-pandemic, but I'd eaten there at the Christmas, and then Sharon was going back out in the February time, and she said she was going to book Akershus for her daughter, and I said, "You going for breakfast?" She went, "Yeah." I said, "Get the potato casserole." I was like, "You have to eat the potato casserole for breakfast," and it's like part buffet, part table service. So you had like continental items on the buffet, and then they brought out the warm hot stuff to the table.
It's like family style.
So it's like part buffet, part family style. It was quite and I don't know whether they're still on the menu for the dinner, but if you go for the dinner, they did the Swedish meatballs with lingonberry jam. They were really nice. So yeah, so as you can probably tell, I preferred the food and the experience at Akershus.
In fact, when what I took my daughter Emily back for that February, we had 2 meals there rather than going to Cinderella's Royal Table. I asked her what she wanted to do, and she said, I'd rather have 2 lots of princesses, please.
Yeah.
Because she was really into princesses that time. So we went for breakfast one day, and then later on in the week, we went back for dinner.
Yeah. So my personal recommendation would be to choose Akafus over Cinderella's Royal Table. It was just a better experience. They did the kids got to parade around with the princesses. My son, who was 8 at the time, actually got to escort Cinderella around arm in arm. He's now 19. I do bring that photo out occasionally just to keep him in place. So yeah, it's cheaper than Cinderella's Royal Table.
It's a buffet.
It's part buffet, part table service, and it also meant you could get into World Showcase before it opened. So you were hitting the ground running when you got out.
Not running, but waddling at speed. We've spoken about this.
But it put you into
World the Showcase. Right bit of World Showcase, so you can get a head start. Because it's just inside, isn't it? It's like, is it 3 in? Which way round are we going?
You go Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico, and then it's
the Africa bit,
and then it's next.
Yeah. So you go, it's just over the bridge, just over the lifting bridge is the Norway Pavilion, which is now where you can meet obviously Anna and Elsa. And
we don't talk about Frozen. You know how I feel. You know how I feel about. Sorry. I almost dislike Frozen as much as I dislike Top Gun.
Oh
yeah. We won't go there.
Yeah. You know, so like we're going to San Diego.
What about it?
Aha. Anyway, next bit in Epcot is the Garden Grill.
I really love this restaurant.
No, I haven't eaten at the Garden Grill. So
I have.
Sharon has. It's in the Land Pavilion.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a rotating restaurant.
It is a rotating restaurant.
Slowly, but you get views of the living with the land ride,
which is where most of the greenery, most of the fresh vegetables are grown on the living with the land is actually used in the restaurant. So in the Garden Grill restaurant, any vegetables, any fruit you have has been grown in the land.
And there you get to meet Chip and Dale, because that's their restaurant in effect, isn't it? Garden Grill.
It's their restaurant.
Yeah, and Mickey and
Minnie, I think we had
Mickey and Minnie. So yeah, again 4 characters you get to meet.
Yeah.
And that's the 2 in. And sorry, Garden Grill serve family style.
Garden Grill do serve family style, and there's absolutely shed loads of it. So when we went, there was 3 of us. They do meals for 2. They do meals for 4. Basically, they do multiples of 2. So if you have 3 of you, you get enough food for 4 people.
Yeah, that was the good thing about the Be Our Guest breakfast.
Yeah,
the pastries come out like for 2. I was on my own.
But it was really, really good quality. You could tell it was fresh. You couldn't get much more fresher than that. It was grown like next door.
Yes.
Yeah, there was just tons of it. We had mashed potatoes, we had corn, we had it was like a proper farmyard family style dinner of stuff.
So
yeah, it was great.
Epcot, that's the 2 character dining.
Remember where you're sitting, because as it slowly rotates, you need to kind of remember roughly where you were, because you'll come back and you'll go like, oh, I've been to the bathroom. I don't know where my seat was, because it's moved. It doesn't move very fast, but depending on how far you are away, your seat could be halfway around the restaurant to where you left it, which is quite funny.
So that is all the character dinings in the parks. So there's a selection, each park, apart from has at least 1 character meal.
Yeah.
So, and it's an easy way for your kids to meet characters. It means they're not queuing up in heats. It means instead of having to queue up for 1 character, you can sit down, have a meal, and meet 4, which saves time. keeps them entertained and means, you know,
You
you're
can-
not wasting
yeah.
park time.
Yeah,
So,
you can get some load off your feet for a couple of hours.
yeah. So it's a great way to meet characters. If you've got little ones and you don't want to stand in 4 different queues, you can meet 4 characters. They come to the table, so there's no, you know, having to keep an eye on them to see them, make sure they don't run off while they're in queues. So it's a great way to meet characters.
Yeah.
And the interactions are
Brilliant.
are brilliant. So yeah.
So we always go character dining on or stuff, meeting characters, don't we? Without
Yeah.
the kids.
Yeah.
We do it more without the kids than we ever did with the bloody kids.
Yeah, because the kids get bored in a queue and they
We're
didn't want to do
We
that.
met Mickey last time we were here, and I was like, yes, but it's different this time. We
Yeah.
need to meet Mickey now.
Yeah. So you know, the characters are more for us than the kids.
They're not kids anymore, though. Let's be fair.
No. I mean, you know, my son's now 19.
Mine's nearly.
Emily's
nearly 16.
16. So yeah, they're teenagers. Yeah, horrible, smelly teenagers. So now they just like stand outside the queue, or we're gonna go on a ride.
Yeah.
Okay.
You go and meet the characters. We're going to ride. Meet you later. Bye.
Yeah.
Off we go.
Look, they got all this. It's great now.
Anyway.